Add-on Solutions. Add-on Desires.
Hello viewers, welcome to Add-on Solutions Daily News Analysis session. I am Lokesh Pengonda. This session is designed for aspirants preparing for banking, groups and such other examinations. So let's see the first article. So first article is talking about various steps that are need to be taken to save ourselves from the COVID pandemic. This article is given in the Hindu. We'll see a small topic which is talking about INSACOG consortium. So what is this INSACOG? INSACOG stands for Indian SARS COVID-2 Genomic Consortia. So this is a consortia of 10 labs which was set up to monitor the genomic variations in the COVID on regular basis through multi-laboratory networks. So why was this established? As earlier we've seen that there are variations in the COVID which we are calling as strains. We've seen earlier of UK strain, South African strain. So to know about the information regarding the strains, if they are in India, this INSACOG has been set up. Okay. Next, there is an article regarding the BrahMos missile system and possibility of it being exported to Manila, that is Philippines. First, what is BrahMos? BrahMos is a cruise missile. The name BrahMos is derived from the amalgamation of two words, that is Brahm plus Mos. Brahm stands for Brahmaputra River of India and Mos for Moskva River of Russia. As this is a joint venture between Indian and Russian companies, this missile has been named as BrahMos. This BrahMos missile is being manufactured by BrahMos Aerospace. So who is the owners of this BrahMos Aerospace? BrahMos Aerospace is a joint venture between DRDO of India and Machino Stroyenia. This is a Russian firm. So DRDO of India and Machino Stroya of Russia has jointly started a venture called as BrahMos Aerospace, and this will produce the BrahMos missile. So what is this? What is the range of this missile? This is a medium range missile having a range of 290 kilometers as of now, and it can be launched from submarines, ships, aircraft or land, that is from all three sources, that is from air, land and water. From all these three places, this missile can be launched. Next, so we've seen here that BrahMos is a medium range supersonic cruise missile. What is supersonic? Supersonic is a term used when the missile or an object can reach the speeds of 2 to 3 Mach. Mach is the speed of the sound. Speed of sound. So if an object is able to reach 2 to 3 times of speed of sound, then that object is said to have achieved supersonic capabilities. Similarly, if the object can travel at more than 5 times speed of sound, then it is called as hypersonic. If it travels less than sound but nearly 80% of this speed of sound, then it is called as subsonic. Okay. Next, BrahMos is the world's largest supersonic cruise missile. Also, it is the fastest anti-ship cruise missile in operation. You should note that this is fastest cruise missile and also fastest anti-ship cruise missile. Next, there is an article which is talking about nationalization of banks in India. So what is nationalization? Nationalization is the term used when the government is taking over private company. So let's say there is a firm X which is set up by individual persons A, B, C. If this firm has been compulsorily acquired by the government, then it is called as nationalization. And in India, we've been hearing that many banks few decades ago have been nationalized. And what are these banks and how many banks are nationalized? 14 banks, 14 private banks were first nationalized in 1969, and later 6 private banks are nationalized in 1980. Also, you should also note that the first bank ever to be nationalized is Reserve Bank of India. Reserve Bank of India was nationalized on January 1949. So you can expect a question which can ask, in 1980, how many banks were nationalized? Or which was the first bank ever to be nationalized in India? So such kind of questions you can be expected from. Next, an article regarding the Poshan 2 scheme. Earlier, we used to have a scheme called as Poshan Abhiyan. This scheme was mainly implemented to increase the nutritional standards of women and children. And this Poshan 2.0, this is a new scheme which was announced during the budget of 2021 and 2022, that is this year. In this year's budget, this new scheme was announced. Poshan 2 will take over the Poshan Abhiyan. So from now onwards, Poshan Abhiyan will not exist. Poshan 2.0 will take over all the operations and objectives of Poshan Abhiyan. Also, Poshan 2.0 is taken as an umbrella scheme, is set up as an umbrella scheme. It will cover the integrated child development services, Anganwadi services, Poshan Abhiyan as seen earlier, scheme for adolescent girls, and National Krishi scheme. So, what kind of questions can be expected from a topic like this? In the question paper, they can give you like, consider the following, and they will give you Poshan Abhiyan, ICDS, National Krishi Service Scheme, and they can ask which of these schemes have been brought under the umbrella of Poshan 2.0. Then the correct answer would be all three, because all these schemes have been subsumed and brought under this Poshan 2.0. And also you should note that this Poshan 2.0 scheme will be implemented by the Ministry of Women and Child Development. Next, there is an article regarding the sugar exporting. So first, in the whole world, Brazil is the largest exporter of sugar. Thailand is the second largest exporter of sugar. India is the third largest. Australia is the fourth largest exporter. Fifth largest is the Guatemala. Okay. Whereas when it comes to production of sugar, Brazil is the largest producer of sugar. India is the second largest. Third is European Union. Fourth is China. So these are largest producing countries. These are largest exporting countries. You can see here, Brazil is both largest producer and exporter as well. Whereas India, though it is second largest producer, it is third largest exporter. Mainly because we have so much demand locally for sugar, so we have lesser amount of sugar as surplus to export. And we should also know the largest sugar producing states in India. First is Uttar Pradesh, second is Maharashtra, third is Karnataka. These three states alone contribute to 75% of sugar production in the country. Next, there is an article regarding the democracy. It is talking about democracy. We should only look into the topics of Freedom House and varieties of democracy project. We'll see this in detail. So, varieties of democracy report. This is a report given by a firm called as VDEM. So, this report will analyze various types of democracies and gives ranking to these countries based on the level of transparency and based on the rights given to its people. This democracy report or the democracy index has given ranking of 90 to India. So this is very poor ranking. This has highlighted that India's democratic values are reducing day by day. This is one. Next, there is a report called as Freedom in the World. This Freedom in the World report is published by Freedom House. So this Freedom House also analyzes various topics related to the freedom in the world, and it ranks countries based on the freedoms of civil and political, that is civil freedom and political freedom given to people. In the 2021 ranking, it has downgraded India from 71 ranking, which it got in 2020, to 67 ranking in this year. So these two are two different indexes, and you can make note of the ranks and the publishing houses of these indexes. So this is the end of this discussion. Thank you.
Add-on solutions. Add-on desires.